Hello everyone, here I am at Locust Lakes enjoying one of my 4 favorite seasons. I've been a big snowshoe fan for decades. Poconos, Appalachian Trail, Adirondacks. I really love it. A day like today, sun's shining brightly. It's absolutely gorgeous out here. You can see no gloves, short sleeve, or no jacket or anything. It's absolutely fabulous. And I know somebody's going to say, well, what's going to happen if he falls through the lake? I mean, as you can see from the snowshoe and, the snowmobile and ATV tracks behind me, the ice is pretty safe. It's been in the teens and single digits for the last couple of weeks. And even if I fall through the ice, what's the worst that's going to happen? Yeah? I get a little wet. Big deal. This is going to be the first of about 6 weekly perch talks I'm going to do, having to do with this book written by Heather McElwith called Peak Encounters. The book is rather interesting. It's a series of vignettes written by different authors. And each of them talks about how they encountered God through nature. And what I thought I would do is just pick one every week and that just struck me and just offer a little reflection on it. There was one here called Bus to Umbria by a woman by the name of Kelly Walquist. Kelly is an author, speaker. I think she's been on EWTN, and she is a founder of an organization called WINE, which is Women in the New Evangelization. And she would go on trips to Italy. And one trip she talked about, she went with a woman by the name of Teresa Tomeo, who's also a speaker, author, motivational kind of speaker. And the interesting thing about Kelly is, by her own admission, she is not an outdoor person. Her idea of camping is a hotel without room service. So it's kind of interesting where she's like she was kind of an interesting person to choose. But anyway, she was talking about this trip to Umbria, and they were on a bus and they were going over a hill going towards Mount Monte Cassino, and which is on the coast, and it's beautiful. And she comes over the hill, and all of a sudden the whole Umbrian countryside opened up, and she said her and Teresa were in the front of the bus, and they were speechless, which she said for us two is a pretty rare occasion. And they just started crying because just the beauty of God's creation was just so overwhelming. And she also related in that trip, that was contrasted with a couple of other experiences they had where things were not as beautiful and things did not go well. And she comments that that's the way sometimes it works in the relationship with God. She said, look, God asked us to go and work in the vineyard. He did not say to kind of saunter through the vineyard. Here's my message. If you're going to do the work of God, if you're going to try and work on your vocation, if you're going to do anything for something that is good and true and beautiful, you are going to encounter obstacles from the 3 great places, the classic places, the world, the flesh, and the devil. It's hard. It's hard to be virtuous. It's hard to be good. It's hard to do good things for the Lord. But it's important. It's incredibly pleasing to the Lord. And like any parent who looks on a child who is struggling and just punches through and does some great thing and some great accomplishment, the Lord's face shines upon you and He is pleased. And He will bless you, and He will send the grace, and He is going to make sure that His will is ultimately done. So don't get discouraged when things do not quite work out, and keep doing the hard work. It is worth it. It means something very important to somebody. And as I said, it is something that greatly pleases the Lord. So if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go out and see if I can braid the ice a little bit further.